Hi, Collective. Welcome to another reading. So, we're going to get started with three three Miracle Now cards. I show up for myself in the world. I surrender it all. And my happiness can be measured by the level of my faith and love. So, Collective, I show up for myself in the world is clarified by letting go guilt, the rebel, and compromise. So, letting go and the rebel is like a generational curse breaker. He breaks the chains. He does something new. He has a golden eagle. He's got a torch. So whatever you're letting go of, Collective, it has to do with preconceived notions about who you should be, how you should be, things that have held you back, shackled you, but you're breaking free of those. You're letting go and you're breaking free of whatever oppressive stuff has been holding you back. And again, this is clarifying, I show up for myself in the world, right? You have to free yourself so you can teach other people how you did it and help free the collective in the world. Then you have guilt and compromise. So whatever you've been in your head about, it might have to do with compromising either with other people or maybe even compromising with ideas, feeling like you have to compromise. The Archangels and Gemstone Guardian card that I picked for you to clarify that was Archangel Raziel. I see through appearances and bravely follow my intuition without hesitation. Illusions fall away in front of me. I'm grounded, focused, and courageous. I'm willing to take chances and try new things. And the gemstone is pure tercite. Are you aware of everything that is going on around you? Take the time for some inner reflection. Improve your ability to notice when people are true to their word. Everything is not always as it seems. Have confidence in your intuitive sight. And that's the stone. Pure tercite. All right. Then I surrender it all was clarified by postponement, integration, consciousness, and traveling. So postponement is clarified by consciousness. So whatever you've been feeling like it's not your time yet, you're waiting on something. See, the woman in the picture is looking out at the colorful world, but it looks very realistic. But she herself is trapped in a world of mostly grays. It's so depressing. I wrote a children's book when I was like, I don't know, I think 20, something like that. And I never published it or anything, but I just wrote it for my daughter and, just for myself, for my part of my own healing. But I remember it was about a girl who like swallowed pink and then she became pink, but she was from like a gray world. It's just reminding me of that. Anyway, the point is she's trapped in a gray world and she wants to be in the world of color. She's trapped in a world that's kind of drawn, cartoonish, whatever, and she wants to be in like this more realistic watercolory world. So, but the card is called postponement because although she wants to be in that more colorful world, she's been putting it off and putting it off. She's been postponing joining that world of color. And because she's been postponing joining the world of color, she has been keeping herself in the gray. I mean, don't do that. All right, so that's clarified by consciousness. It's like you know who I'm talking to. So that's clarified by consciousness. And consciousness is like the Buddha, I'm one with the universe. So you're not separate from the world of color. You are part of it. We are all interwoven. We are all little fractals of the same God. We're all connected. We're all part of each other. Yes, we're a little different from each other, but big picture is we're all connected. We're all part of one. And the whole point, I think, of becoming enlightened and expanding your consciousness is to recognize that you are one part of the whole, that we're all interconnected. The concept that you're alone in this is a man-made concept. You've never been alone, and you never will be. You're always going to be woven into the bigger picture of the world. So, and the other thing is, maybe this is on a more personal level. Maybe this is telling you that other people have also been postponing joining the world of color and keeping themselves held back in the world of gray. And that the world of gray that they're holding themselves back in isn't necessarily as real as the world of color that they could join if they would stop postponing it. So maybe you are part of a collective that has been dealing with that type of issue, and hopefully you can move into the world of color and become full of color yourself. Join the vibrant picture that you feel like you've been held back from joining. Then we have integration. So integration is about taking opposites and uniting them. So it's got the Ouroboros, the snake that bites its own tail. So the head of the snake and the tail of the snake seem like opposites, but they're actually joined in this picture, linking it into a circle. So the things are returning to where they started. And obviously when you return to where you started, you're slightly different than you were when you left, but also you are still yourself. So we have the yin and the yang for opposites. The white has a little bit of black in it, the black has a little bit of white in it, indicating that even when things look like they're opposites, they still contain a little bit of that interconnectedness of each other. We have the sun and the moon, so again, perceived opposites, and an eagle and a swan. So, I mean, honestly, I'd be more afraid of a swan than an eagle, but that's just me. And then it sort of all combines and integrates in the person's, I guess that would be their crown chakra, so their connection to the higher realms is where the integration takes place. And again, this is returning to the idea that even if you can't see how you're connected or it's all connected, in the higher realms, it is connected, or it's easier to see or be conscious of that connection. Integration is clarified by traveling. So collective, maybe you will be doing some traveling, and this will help you integrate these opposites. Maybe will expand your horizons, open your mind, give you some new perspectives. Maybe this is a part of the integration. I also feel like the traveling card is like a very Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarius is, how do they say it? Gemini is like integration of the material world, and Sagittarius is integration of the spiritual world. So I don't really know, but the point is you take a bunch of different information or data, whatever, and you bring it all together and synthesize it, integrate it, figure it out how it works together, how it makes sense together, right? How it all these different pieces come together to sort of create that puzzle. And I feel like collective, that's what you're doing in I Surrender It All. So the Archangels and Gemstones Guardian card I picked for this was Archangel Gabriel. Meditation is a normal part of my day, so perhaps meditation can help you surrender, especially the things that you can't control or haven't been able to control. Meditation is a normal part of my day. My crown, third eye, and throat chakras are balanced and aligned. My intuition is intact. I consciously request and accept the help of angels. My life flows easily with grace. That's beautiful. And the stone is scolecite. Scolecite? Are you trying to process a lot of information? Take the time to sort out all that is happening. Write it in your journal. Make it your intention to remember your dreams. Record your thoughts and memories upon waking. Find peace as you process each nugget of information, awareness, and spiritual growth. And this is the... Oops, can you see that? Sorry. This is the stone. So collective, maybe what you're being guided to do now is integrate it and figure it out and wander through it yourself. And then once you figure it out yourself, then you can present what you've learned to the world, right? Next we have my happiness can be measured by the level of my faith and love. So that's clarified by flowering, turning in, control, and fighting. So flowering is clarified by control. So in order to be creative and express yourself like a beautiful flower opening, you have to relinquish a certain amount of control. I'm thinking of that quote by, I think it's Anaïs Nin, and it's like the day came when I can't even remember the quote, but it's something like the day came when the pain to remain inside the bud was more than the pain to blossom, or something like that. So that might apply to you. You might want to Google that quote. I'm pretty bad at quotes. Okay, and then turning in is clarified by fighting. Interestingly, in turning in, we see a person who is like meditating, and they look very centered and peaceful, but they're surrounded by a bunch of spirits, ghosts, other people, voices, whatever you want to see it as. So these are the distractions, right? And the distractions don't have to just be from the outside. Like, yes, other people can distract you, especially when you're trying to meditate, but that's not really where all the distractions come from. Most of the distractions when you're trying to meditate come from within your own head. So these are random thoughts, worries. I remember I had this one meditation teacher, and he said, like, during the meditation, he was saying, like, your job is safe. Your dog is safe. Your family is safe. Your community is safe. Something like that. Just sort of going through the checklist of like anything that you could have, like, oh, well, I've got to pick up the kids at 2, and then I have to like make sure that I have this ready for dinner, and then I have to do this, and then I have to do this. When you're meditating, the whole goal is to just settle that stuff down and like relax, right? Like, just as the thoughts come into your head, you observe them, but you don't attach to them, and you let them float on by like clouds in the sky. So that's what's happening in the turning in card. So that's what's happening in that card. She's turning in, and she's experiencing clarity, peace of mind, whatever, happiness perhaps. And then that card is clarified by fighting, which is a picture of a warrior, and we see beside him these 2 people locked in a fight. But again, they're people made out of spirit or air or clouds or visions or dreams. They're not real. Just as when you're tuning in or turning in to meditate, the thoughts and voices and distractions that pop up, some are external, but a lot of them are internal. And you have to just let them go. You have to kind of like, it's almost like weeding a garden. You gotta be like, nope, I don't need to think about that now. Nope, I don't need to think about that now. Nope, I don't need to think about that. In the fighting card, the fighting is happening inside his head between two different people. So maybe he had an argument and he's not able to like move on and let it go. Or maybe it's two parts of himself arguing. Should I do this? No, if I do that, this will happen. You know, you never know, right? It's just interesting. So considering this is clarifying, my happiness can be measured by the level of my faith and love. Sorry, I was looking at the timer and I forgot to start it. So my happiness can be measured by the level of my faith and love. I would say that what you're needing right now, collective, is to focus on your inner peace, focus on your own ability to decide what you want to engage in and what you don't, what information is important, what information is not, how you might feel separate from other people or the world, and how you're connected to other people and the world. And the final cards are giving me that you could be an extremely peaceful person if you didn't get caught up in your mind thinking about how things should go, or like, I'm really getting someone who replays conversations over and over and then needs to sort of check themselves and say, like, I don't need to win this argument with someone who's not even here. And that your happiness is, like, it's all going to work out okay. Even if you don't come up with the absolute best solution, things will still work out okay. And it's not your job to create perfect versions of every scenario that you could ever encounter. I think what your job in this reading is, collective, is to release your expectations surrounding how things should go and tune in to yourself I'm getting that, like, you're someone who's very beautiful on the inside. Like, you might be attractive on the outside, but like, whatever you have, like, your true authentic self, who you are when there's no one else around, is so incredibly beautiful that sharing that version of you with the world is a gift. It's a gift to the world. But in order to feel comfortable doing that, you kind of need to check yourself about some of your own self-defeating behaviors, like obsession, postponement, feeling not good enough, feeling scared to connect authentically, trying to control the outcomes of situations that involve other people. That's very difficult. It's not really up to you to make everything turn out perfect. So I don't know if you have like Libra and Virgo in your chart, or maybe Sag and Capricorn, I don't know. But it's not up to you. All you have to do, collective, is just focus on your own peace of mind, tune out the distractions, let go of guilt, worry, old arguments, old disappointments. Like, your main card is I surrender it all. You got, I show up for myself in the world. I surrender it all. And my happiness can be measured by the level of my faith and love. And I think it's not about romantic love. It's about self-love. It's about how you love yourself enough to do what's right for you, even if it doesn't come out perfectly, even if not everyone likes it, even if you look silly, or like people don't understand your vision, people don't understand even your point that you're trying to get across when you communicate or you put yourself out there. Like, not everyone is going to get it. And that's okay. It's not your job to be perfect, collective. So the final card was Archangel Ariel. I am passionately persistent. I have the courage and self-confidence to create my world. It is easy for me to take action and move forward in life with joy and enthusiasm. And the stone is red tiger's eye. Do you need some motivation? Do you find your mind wandering when you are trying to stay focused? If so, you need to find your passion and begin experiencing the rewards that come with living it. Do what you love. Prosperity is yours, but you must take action. And that is the stone. Okay, I'm going to get you an angel number. 758. This transformation and change is the right direction for you to take in order to manifest abundance and prosperity. And I think too, collective, for you in particular, like, prosperity isn't just about money or things. Prosperity is about having an abundance of happiness, having an abundance of peace, having an abundance of, what would you call that? Contentment, you know? Like, just knowing that you love yourself, that you support yourself, that it's okay to fail, it's okay to not have things turn out perfectly, to not have things go your way. It's okay. You don't need to stress about that stuff. You can set that stuff down. I think there's a lot. Sorry, this is really funny. I think there's a lot that you have. I think you have a lot to share that is truly beautiful. And I think that your biggest critic, regardless of what you think about it, I think your biggest critic is probably yourself. So I think that learning to let go and not being too controlling of yourself in the future, right? Because it's a journey. I think that that's going to benefit you a lot. I think when they say that you'll have prosperity, I feel like, yes, you will definitely have prosperity, but also you will feel prosperous. You will feel abundant, you know, because part of it is what's going on in the material world, and another part of it is what's going on in the spiritual world. And in the spiritual world, you are never required to be perfect. And in the material world, you might be told by certain people you should be perfect, or you should be this or that, or you can't be this or that. But that's just a couple of voices in the material world. There are many, many more voices in the material world that wouldn't ask you to be perfect, wouldn't expect you to be perfect, would think that's unrealistic, and would be really sad to know that it's holding you back from sharing some of that inner beauty that you have, collective. Okay, that's your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!